Have you ever wondered how professional fighters go 12 rounds in a fight when you can barely even do one without gassing out? Right now, before you jump to conclusions, this video isn't about fitness. It's actually about technique. So I'm going to explain how you can have this ability yourself. Stamina in boxing requires three different things: technical ability, relaxation, and the obvious one, which is fitness. You may have noticed when you're sparring someone of greater technical ability that you feel like you're less fit in the ring. You gas out way easier. And that's because you know that you're going to get hit with a shot because you can't see their punches come in. They counter you every time you try and throw a jab, and they're just cutting off the ring, making you move a lot more. So technical ability actually makes a massive difference in your stamina. You may also notice when you're sparring someone who's much worse in terms of technical ability than you, that sparring's super easy. You relax, you don't tense up as much, and you can just sort of walk them down. You know they can't really hurt you because their punching technique isn't right. You can block their shots, you can see their shots coming. You're more relaxed, and it's much easier to go many more rounds. I noticed when I used to spar like 5 different guys, and we do like this thing called Shark Tank, where it would be like me in the middle and I'd spar each of them. And when they'd be in, after they'd sparred all 5 of us, they'd be absolutely shattered, like pretty much on the floor. But because I was a little bit technically more proficient than they were, I could just keep going around all 5 of them, and it was just easy, right? So technical ability has a massive effect on your stamina. So if you're much more technically capable of who you're fighting, then it's going to be much easier to fight them and go a lot longer distance. I'm quickly just going to go over fitness, just so you know. There's 3 different energy systems. You've got alactic, lactic, and aerobic. Now, alactic is like short bursts, super high intensity, super high heart rate, and that relies on an energy store called ATP, which is basically creatine. Then you've got lactic, which relies on glycogen, so not so much on oxygen, but on glycogen. So if your glycogen stores are depleted, then you're not going to really be able to use this energy store. That's also why being big and muscly, using up your muscles need all that glycogen. So I'm complicating this, it doesn't matter, right? Okay. Aerobic is basically long distance, and that's what you get better at aerobic from running longer distances and training at a low intensity but for long periods of time, right? So you've got 3 different energy systems. If you want to train them and get better at fitness, you need to do sprints for ATP or alactic. You need to do interval training for lactic or lactic, and you need to do like long distance running or more endurance training for aerobic. And you use all 3 of those in boxing. In amateur boxing, you're more likely to use the first 2, whereas professional boxing, because it's a little bit longer, you're more likely to use aerobic. Anyway, that's fitness, right? We covered that. The video is not about fitness. But the main thing that allows you to have much greater stamina and separates you from the professionals being able to go 12 rounds compared to your 1 round is relaxation. Now, I'm just going to overlay a video of Gatti versus Ward. Especially when he's throwing those hooks to the body, you can tell that he's absolutely fucked. He has nothing left in him. However, you can utilize the rotation of your body to land punches, right? Now, punches, when you use the rotation of your body and your core muscles, have a lot more power and transfer a lot more weight into the knuckle, as opposed to using tension in your arms, i.e. the muscles and the glycogen in your arms to land those punches. When Gatti was throwing those body shots, you could see that his arms were just like bits of rope, right? Just swinging like this, going down to the body. All he was doing was just rotating his hips like this. And doing that allows you to conserve way more energy. This is what we talked about with that lactic energy source. Our bodies have glycogen from food. As that glycogen store depletes, then we can no longer feed our muscles to be tensed up and land those punches. That's why when you're sparring and you're all tensed up because you have lower technical ability and you don't understand the relaxation, that you get more fatigued more quickly because your arms are tensed up, your shoulders are tensed up, you're depleting your glycogen stores, and now you can no longer punch. If you just relied on the efficiency of your core muscles to rotate your hips from left to right and just swing your arms out like this, you're going to have way greater stamina. So that's something you need to master. Now, proof of this is you may find, I know I certainly find, that I'm way more relaxed or have a greater ability to be relaxed when I'm shattered. Like when I've done like several rounds of sparring, I'm much more relaxed because I have no other option than to be relaxed. If you're already shattered and relaxation is the only way you can keep going, then just know that greater efficiency comes from greater relaxation. So just start your fights and spars with the greater relaxation. Now you can train this, right? A great drill is to literally just shake off before a fight or spar, or even during it or in between rounds. You can do that by jumping up and down, shrugging your shoulders like this, let your arms like swing down by your sides, or you can just like kick your, you see boxers doing this all the time, or they're doing this. And that's just to get their muscles relaxed. Now it's really easy to just slowly tense up as you're in a fight, but shaking off all the time, even whilst you're sparring or fighting, sometimes like whilst I'm sparring or when I'm in a fight, I've noticed watching the videos back, I'll literally just shake my hands out whilst I'm out of range and then I'll bring them back up. And that's just to get that tension out my shoulders because you slowly feel it build up throughout a fight. Keeping that relaxation, it's going to allow you to maintain that stamina, endurance, and basically help you win fights because relaxation is the key, trust me. Another drill you can do, especially to get hooks more relaxed, is to get in your boxing stance, rotate your hips, have your arms down by your side, and just swing your arms about like this. Right, now this is the amount of relaxation that you want in your punches. I know it looks pretty stupid, but as you bring these hands back with my lead hook, I'm just going to turn my knuckle over like that, and that speed and whip of the relaxation is what's going to do a lot more damage, just like you saw with that Gatti Ward fight. So to conclude, focus on relaxation more than anything. You've got your 3 energy systems, train them well, train each of them. Also focus on increasing your technical abilities. That's going to allow you to relax when you're getting in there with someone of a lesser technical ability more easily. Also, join the free school community if you haven't already. I know I say it every video, but that's because you're actually missing out if you don't. Like genuinely, I feel sorry for you if you don't join. There's 3,000 people in there helping everybody get better. They're giving feedback on their footage and they're referencing all the free courses that are in there too. So the link's in the description and go join. All right, bye.